What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another exciting episode of Attack Productions. Today, I'm back on being once again by Jimmy.
Nah.
And let's hope he has a 50 card deck this time.
Maybe.
Like always, his buttons. Feel free to click there for reasons. But let's get into your Gohan deck, which is revised.
Yeah, this is a revised variation of the previous list we've seen. This is 50 cards now. I don't know if anybody read the description or the comments. I don't know where Bancroft puts this shit. I was missing 2 Shin Noble Supremacies out of the main board. They were just in a random deck box, and I don't know how they got there at the time of the profile, and I just completely forgot about them while doing the deck profile since we were on a little bit of a time crunch. But this is a 50 card deck. It is slightly revised from the last time. I like this build. I think I might go back to a more pure build after this, but this build is, I think, considerably stronger if things go right for you. Gohan lead, you can only have 3 energy. It's requirement because this deck would be completely busted without it. Auto, you draw a card. Awaken, you can awaken early if you have a SHZ battle card in play. Take yourself down to 5, untap 2 energy. The untapping is fantastic. Same permanent. Auto, when you Z-charge a card, you get to untap a energy. That's if your energy is all mono blue. We'll get into that. And then activate main / battle. If you have less than 3 cards in hand, you draw until you have 3. So you want to be dumping your hand a lot. You want to be drawing 3 almost every single turn. And your opponent really has to play around this idea because you have 3 extra cards in your hand than what you say you do, because you can combo those 3, then draw up 3 more to combo. We'll go into the Z deck to start out. Z deck staple, not going to talk about it. 2 Gokus. This Goku is fantastic, especially in this variation of the list because we do run some more multi-character cards. The auto is just completely irrelevant. There are very little matchups where that is going to be super nice, especially in the early game because you're going to be playing your Z battle card so you can get your quick awaken. But this card in the late game, if you want to slam it, you can probably get a couple cards out of your opponent's hand and then triple strike on another card. 2 Beerus. The Beerus I'm actually considering on going down on. Every single time I played this, it has got me value, but I just felt like in the long run, it really didn't win me the game or lose me the game. I could have just played this particular Vegeta and pretty much got the exact same value out of it. But this card is fantastic in certain situations. It is essentially a triple attacker because you get to swing, then activate main to restand and attack 2 more times. And it is barrier removal, so if you have some pesky barrier, this is your go-to. I do wish that this was a SH card so that you could play this in Awaken, but it might be a little bit too strong in that case. But the Vegeta, same auto as the Goku. You lose barrier, which is really just fine. Because you really only need this card to attack once to get value out of it. But he's a 1Z energy, so when you swing, you get the combo from the drop area, and he rebates himself. It's fine. And then 1 Cell. Cell has been absolutely clutch. I was not running Cell until I seen some Nats topping list, and then a lot of the Gohan lists were running Cell, and I do agree. I think this card is fantastic in the deck. It's essentially a 2 energy because you get to untap with your leader and, deflect critical and possible triple strike and board clear is just absolutely nuts. So this is the spread I like, and this is the spread that it's going to be. I might go down on a Beerus to put a second Vegeta, but I don't know. I like this spread. I'm going to go over the deck quickly since we went over it once before. For Gohan, this card can be played on you and your opponent's turn. And for 1 extra energy, he can be a floodgate and by pitching himself. So, fantastic. Turn 1 play, defensive combo, play him out. You have a swing, and then you can pop him if you're scared of your opponent going all over you. The Vegeta, I cut down 1 Vegeta because you cannot play it on your opponent's turn. You can only play it on your turn. But sometimes the hand control is relevant, especially if you swing out big and your opponent combos out their entire hand down to like 1 or 2 cards. You can get rid of an extra card. And then also the removal is slightly nice. Considering like taking this out completely, like I said, you could only play it on your turn, which is kind of a problem. card that is definitely not a problem. Piccolo, this card is absolutely busted. Deflect, dual attack, auto, you get to choose, give him barrier or grab a pan from the deck and play it. 2 energy, don't ever do the 1-drop effect because you don't play the kidnap package in here, which I did in my previous list and I absolutely hated it, so I cut it. But I only run 2 of the pans because he essentially becomes a 1-drop when you're on your backside because you pay 2, grab the pan, swing. You obviously get a draw from pan, combo it off, Z-charge it, get 1 energy back. So this is a fantastic turn 1 or turn 2 play because you get an energy back after you're awakened, and then you can use that 1 energy for either your arrival. Spoiler: there's a rival in this deck, or you can use your big 8-drop Gohan. For the Goku Vegeta, card is fantastic. Tap 1, combo with 2 battle cards from the drop area, and you also discard 1. And then if you have 3 or more, you play him, and he's a 15k, draw 1. Really, really solid. Plays really well into our 8-drop. And also is a target for your Goku Z battle card because it has 2 character names on it, which is kind of sneaky. You can play this out. Your opponent's more scared of the big 8-drop Gohan Piccolo, and then you turn this sideways, pop it, and put triple strike on it. Speaking of the Gohan Piccolo, if you have 3 more cards in your combo area, you can play him. On swing, you draw a card, and he gains 5k if your opponent has a battle card in play, which most of the time your opponent will. Everything on here is limit 1, so you can't really stack these on the field, but I still like having a playset so I see them. I can consider cutting them down because with this particular list, you are running a lot more multicolor. So getting a multicolor card in your hand is almost as bad as getting an extra card stuck in your hand, especially if you don't have the energy to combo it off. So can't consider cutting this down. I like it at a 4 of, and I'll probably stick at it 4 of. Also, what is the general consensus on max rarity for this? Because I think the stamped is the max rarity in my opinion, even though the SPR is more expensive. But speaking of expensive, this card already I feel like this card needs a reprint, especially if it's going to be sticking at like the $30 mark, because this card is so damn good in blue. Gohan Rare, triple attack, deflect, play it for 3 energy if your life is at 4 or less. The auto is a 1 cost, and it will just remove a 5-drop from play, which is really nice paired with your deck because you can combo this off at all your energy tapped out, Z-charge it, then you untap an energy, and then you just tap that energy back down for its effect. So this card is a definite 4 of in this list. You can get away with like 3 or 2, but if you can get your hands on 4, definitely run 4 in the list.
I didn't play against you, but I lost my first round because of that card.
Card is insane. Card is really good. For the super combo spread, we got 2 Zamas. You can tap down your opponent's battle cards. 1 Kefla. I was just playing around with this Kefla, seeing if it's any good. There are some situations where the Kefla is really strong, but in a very dual attack heavy format, it is not too great. I really like this against red and like this particular cell, or even the Beerus, because they're not a traditional dual attacker. They have to activate main to restand. So if you don't know the ruling or the way dual attack works, dual attack will restand before this card's auto triggers. So you will not be able to remove a dual attacker that is in rest mode at the end of the battle, but these cards you can. I do really like this card in that scenario, but most of the time I'm just wishing that I had a Zamasu in hand. And then 1 Zeno, because he's basically a 2-for-1. You get to untap 2 energy with this card, get to pick up your energy, relay it, and then when you Z-charge this, you get to untap another energy on the backside of your leader. So I do really like this card. You can argue to go to 4 on these, probably like 3 Zamasu, 1 Kefla if you really like the Kefla. and you can also go up on your arrivals as well in that case. But this is what I like, and this is probably what I might stick with. I might cut the Kefla and go two Zenos, and then keep the two Zamas, because another problem is that you go down to 5 in this deck, and for the quality super combo Vegeta, you do have to be at 4 life, which is easy enough to get to. We do run ways to pick up your own life, but I'd rather have a super combo that is just always live than one that can only be live at certain points in the game. And since you take yourself down to 5, Zeno is just live. For our arrivals, Vegeta Kaba. This was inspired by a list that topped at Nats. Card is just really, really underrated, in my opinion. It comes in for a blue or a yellow. It is a dual attacker and will blow up a 4 or less in rest mode. And this also is 2 character names. This is what really made me want to play the deck and also abuse the Goku Z battle card, because you can give this card triple strike, and your opponent really doesn't expect that from this deck. I do really like the way this deck plays with these in my last round. It's not on camera, so I'll go ahead and spoil it. I did lose my last round because my turn 2 hand was 3 black cards, 1 of these, and then a mono yellow card. So I literally could not charge, or I just straight lost the game, because you have to have mono blue energy on the backside of your leader, and all of my cards take blue energy. So I just skipped my charge phase on my second turn, and that set me back way, way farther than it should, because Gohan's turn 2 is a pop-off turn. And then after that, he was just able to keep me under floodgate locks, and then I just couldn't do anything. So these cards can get stuck in your hand. They can fuck you up, but the value of these cards, if you can actually get them off, is absolutely insane. There's some crazy turn 2s you can pull with this deck and just attack your opponent, into the ground. You can't kill on turn 2, but it is just really, really fun when it goes off. So I suggest trying out this build. It is just a little more inconsistent, but you get a higher reward for your plays. Goku Blacks. Card is nutty, double strike. You draw 1, and then you blow up a 4 or less. Activate battle. If you have 3 Z energy, you can play this card. I believe I misspoke in either the profile or the other one and said energy. I meant the Z energy. So you're going to have a lot of Z energy, and this is a activate battle on you or your opponent's turn. The card is fantastic. You definitely have 4 of in the list. A way to pick up on our own life. Vegeta's double striker, pick up a life, gain 10k and double strike. I like these on like turn 1 or before you awaken, because the life is going to your hand anyway, so might as well get a little bit of extra value out of it. And it's only 1 energy, and double strike early on can really scare your opponent. And then one addition to the deck that I made before we started. This was kind of to alleviate the possibility of getting blue-yellow cards stuck in my hand and not having to do anything with them. So it's activate battle. You just pitch a card, discard a card, and then you gain 10k and you get to untap an energy. So I like this card. It's just it's what's the word I'm looking for? Situational. This card is very situational, but at worst, you just combo it off and untap an energy.
We're not doing it.
One of the cards that absolutely fucked me in my last round. This Kai is absolutely busted. I will always run 3 of these. I've even considered going up to 4, even though she absolutely shit all over me in my last game. I had all 3 of these in my opening hand. And there was just nothing I could charge on my turn 2. But this card, if you have 5 or less cards in hand, which you should in Gohan, she's just a 10k super combo that you don't get a draw, but who cares? This card is absolutely fantastic in this deck. We do run 2 additional copies of a super combo, but only for a yellow battle card, and this also assists for your arrivals. The Gohan Piccolo and the Vegeta Kaba are both yellow cards that this card can boost. Again, this was borrowed from a topping list at Nats, so I really like this tech. I believe they also ran a playset of the shoes. I think that's a little bit overkill in my opinion because they can only work on battle cards. I prefer just running these because they can work on battle cards or your leader. But like I said, these might end up coming out just due to, I'm thinking about just cutting the Arrival package and going to a more mono blue type vibe. But definitely run these guys. 100% run these. These are insane. 2 Android 17s. Card is just fantastic for the deck. It's a counter attack. You play this card from rest mode if you have the Z energy requirement or Z battle card or Z leader, just like the super combos. You put your opponent under like a half Nelson pretty much. Every time they attack with a battle card, they have to bottom deck a card from hand. Which against a deck like Gohan where you're attacking so many times, 1 or 2 cards is fantastic. You can run the Goku Vegeta, the Saiyan Synergies. That is also another option, and that card is also a target for your Goku Z battle card, so you can be really sneaky with that because your opponent's not going to attack you, or expect you to attack with a 1-drop 5k and then have it become a 15 triple strike and then you combo out your hand. But I prefer this card because defensively, 1 card out of every battle card swing, or 1 card out of hand for every battle card swing, is a lot more valuable than popping the 5k on Saiyan Synergy because most battle cards base are at 20k anyway. So you're not guaranteed to get the card out of hand on each swing, where this one you are. And it's also a battle card, so you can just combo it off. At worst, it's just a combo. The one and only extra card I run in the deck, this card has saved me way too many times, and I just felt really bad cutting it. You don't want to run a lot of extra cards because of getting them clogged in your hand. You can't do anything with them. I was running Senzu Beans and stuff of that nature, but I decided to just keep 1, and it has been fantastic all night. The worst it has been is just a turn 1 charge in my energy. But the value that this card has brought me is absurd. I do want to talk that if you are a Gohan player that really wants to run extra cards, you want to run your extra copy and your Senzu Beans or like some sort of counter, a deck that I've been playing is the Goku Pikkon Dead Heat. So for 2 energy, you pitch 2 extra cards from your hand, play this card, and then you get dual attack, combo 2 cards, and removal. This card is absolutely busted. I would run a slightly bigger extra card package and then probably go to like 2 of the Goku Pikkon Dead Heats, or maybe even 3 if you want to run like a pretty serious extra card package, because Senzu Bean can put in work even as a defensive card, and there are some situations where like Absolute Release Ball or the Gohan one that I'm forgetting the name of would be really, really strong. But the only thing is you have to have the 2 extra cards because you can't go to 4 energy to hardcast this. So it can be a problem getting this card in your hand, because this card could get stuck in your hand and you hang on to it the entire game because you're scared that you're going to get an extra card and then can't do anything with it. So ratios might be a little bit weird on this, but I do like this tech if you are someone that wants to run a lot of extra cards in your Gohan list. Overwhelms, Goku Man on a Mission, Mirror from the Skies, self-explanatory. Gohan, this is the best you can rate for the deck in my opinion. 2 energy, field nuke, deal damage to your opponent, activate main/battle, untap cards. This card is fantastic. You do have to pitch 2 cards in addition to 2 energy to the bottom of the deck. Who cares? The card does way too much. The card is absolutely fantastic. It is significantly more expensive than Baby Hatch. I think somebody said earlier, like Baby Hatch is going for like $15.
The anniversary one.
Is it the anniversary one, or is it the reprint too?
It's one or the other.
Yeah, one of those. So if you're on a budget, just get Baby Hatch, because Baby Hatch is also insane. But if you want to go ham on this, just get this card, because this card is absolutely fucking busted.
Yep. With that, yeah, that's about it. Read your cards, know your plays, fluff out.
Fuck, don't play this game anymore.